Hello, welcome to this new episode of Continuum Gaming, and in this episode we are going to talk about another Sailfish OS related topic, and in this case we have a new small app which I want to present to you. It's more or less an app to find out which kind of plant you are looking at the moment. So in the end it's of course something with AI stuff in it, but it's not the app itself that's doing that, so be very careful about that. They really tell you very precisely what's happening with the data and what's happening with the images, as long as those images are really just random ones, more or less off a leaf or something. Everything should be fine and you can do that, but it's an online service that is going to be used here. Anyway, good thing about it is it's free, it's available in the Jolla Store itself, and it can really detect different kinds of flowers and plants for you in a pretty easy to do way by more or less scanning some kind of picture you are giving to the app, and that one will be proceeded, and after that you are getting the information which kind of name that plant has. So how is it done? First off, you will have to get the app, and as always I'm going to use my Sony Xperia 10 Mark III in this case. You can use any SailfishOS empowered smartphone for that. There is not much that is desirable or what you need to have in case of this app. In the end, as you can see on the big screen and on the small screen what's going on. If you want to know more about that or how it's done, or how at least the screen capture part here or the screen part is done, have a look at the corner of there. There are a couple of other videos where I talk about that more in depth. But first off, how to get this app. So to get this app, just go to the official Jolla Store, so you don't have to go to Installment or Shamgu or whatever. Just go to the store itself. And if you go in here, you see you will have a couple of different things, of course, with new apps and stuff like that in there. In the new apps category, you will even find it at the moment, but yeah, it might be different if you are not watching this right after the video came out or whatever. So if you need to search for it, just go to the upper menu there, go to search, and in here you can just put in plants. Search for it, and now you should see it too. So as you can see, there it is. Just download it by going to the upper menu there, and of course I already have installed it, so I don't get the option anymore, but where open is at the moment, you should be able to install it for yourself too. And after you did that, you can of course have a look at the different information here and what people think about it as normal in the App Store. And if you like that, just download it, and after that it will just be available at, of course, the lowest part there, or one of the lowest parts where you can find, for instance in this case, plants now. If you open that up now, you're going to, first off you're going to be presented with some information about how this all is handled, so read it carefully in the end, and after that you will not be greeted with that anymore. And the second thing you really need to do is you will have to go to the upper screen there and go to the settings first, because in here you see what's going on. So to get the information more or less, there is PlanetNet, which is more or less the RPE or the service that is going to proceed your information there, or the pictures you are giving them. And of course for that you will have to get an API key. So if you go in there, there's a free API system. You can just click on this button here. It's very easy to do one. Just use any kind of email address. You will have to have a real email address there, but of course you can use one that is more or less only valid for a couple of minutes, or some spam email address or whatever you are using there. You don't need it later on. You just need this account for now to get the API key. And if you put that API key in here, then you just, very important, if you put it in, press enter, otherwise it's not going to be saved. And if you press enter, then it's going to be saved, and after that you really can use this app. So after that you are just going to be able to identify stuff. And how do you do that? First off, what you should do at the start is you are going to use your normal camera app and create some pictures of some of the plants you want to identify. It's recommended to do up to 5, you don't have to, but up to 5 images per identification is valid. and you're going to have to do it from different kinds of angles and stuff like that, so just try it out. In the end, it's very common to, for instance, just take a close-up image of, for instance, a leaf of a plant or whatever, and then just use that and try it out. So first off, go to the upper menu here and go to New Identification, or Neue Identifizierung in German. If you click on that, then you already can see it. Hey, there's a nice little description what's going on here. So, hey, you can upload up to 5 images per identification. They should of course be of the same plant. Yeah, okay, fine, makes sense. And the more pictures you're going to give them, the better. So if you're just having one, it might be less accurate than if you are getting, I don't know, one of the big picture or of the big plant and one of the leaf or something like that, okay? So just be careful with that and try that out. As you can see, there are a couple of different things there. Please make sure that at least 600 pixels is the size of the picture. That's pretty much common for your camera. You can, any kind of smartphone camera today should overcome this limit. And so you can just do whatever you want there, doesn't really matter. And it's recommended that it's smaller than 2000 pixels, which is a little bit of a problem sometimes, but you don't have to care about it as it seems. It's just going to be uploaded, or it's even calculated or converted to a smaller scale by the app. I'm not sure what's happening there. Anyway, you can just do that. And if you did that, now you can see in the upper menu you have now the option to put in some pictures. As you can see, we have a couple of them here. And for instance, I want to have a look at this. So just select them. You can select all of them at the same place. Up to 5, as mentioned before, it would be the preferred one. And I'm just going to use the same plant, of course, because there are a couple of them now. I tried out, this is a kiwi. I'm not really sure if it's really kiwi in English, but I think so, don't know. And this is a walnut tree there, and there are a couple of other things here too. So this is a cherry, and this is a fidelis. I'm not sure what the name in English would be, it doesn't really matter. So if we go in and, for instance, we get 4 of them, not 5, that's totally fine. And we are just going to get this. Now you get the information which kind of images you are going to use for your identification. You can put it there. If you go to the lower one, you can of course get rid of all of them. So if you want to, for instance, get other pictures, you misselected or whatever, you can do that. And if you're ready, just go up there and use identificate or identify. So if I do that, it's going to upload now the pictures to the server, of course. I'm not sure how fast that is going to be here because my Wi-Fi connection at this this place is not perfect, but we will see. 5 pictures are going to be uploaded, and then he will present you, if everything works, sometimes it just doesn't, he will present you with information. If your API key, for instance, isn't valid, or you configured it or whatever, then you might have to do it again and have a look at that, because then you are going to get an information, hey, sorry, I couldn't upload anything. There is no warning message or whatever telling you the key is wrong, but you are going to get this. And this, of course, is just my laptop, not my smartphone. Okay, and here we got it. We got the information, what he is going to tell us, and as you can see, we have an 85% match here in this case, because he just got these informations, and what he thought it is more or less a walnut. Echte Walnuss, Walnussbaum, echter Walnussbaum, whatever, with 85% telling me that is, and here is the real name of it, it's Juglan Lansregia or whatever. And of course this is not my picture, but it's something they show me, so this is probably a walnut. And this is more or less what you can see here. You can swipe through that with example pictures, so these are not the ones I uploaded, but the ones you will get from this service where he is telling you, hey, it looks more or less like this. And I'm pretty confident that this is very close to what he's going to tell us here what we would have to see here. And yeah, very close to my pictures I sent in, especially this one is very close. And so this seems to be fine. If you are ready, you can just go back and just leave it like that, or you can save this. So if you save this, you will have it in this kind of overview here, which kind of identifications you already did. And this is more or less what the app can do for you, and it's a pretty nice thing if you ask me. Another one can of course be done by just going to the upper menu here, if you go in there, and you can just do the same with, for instance, the other plans I have here. I'm not sure what this is, so I'm just going to see. Yeah, probably that should be one too. See if these images are optionally or whatever, that they can be identified, better to say. Let's see, because I just don't know what that is. I have always thought, hey, probably it's something, yeah, not worth talking about, because it's more or less, yeah, something we just try to put out and get rid of. But we will see. Maybe it's something nice, or maybe it's something very bad. I'm not sure. And exactly for that kind of stuff, this app is really, really nice, because if you have something that, for instance, like the walnut, we didn't plant the walnut itself or something, it just came over here. So some other plant or some other tree seems to have some kind of spores or whatever, which got here, and so we got this new plant. And here we have another one, which seems to be some kind of an hibiscus part. Okay, so it's an Ibisch or garden hibiscus, Strauchhibiscus, whatever, what we see here, and it has a match of 88%. Pretty nice one. I think that's a nice identification. It could really be that these are the ones, because we know that they have some kind of a nice little flower or bloom there that we can see in some, I think in the later spring or something like that, I'm not sure. There they are, and as you can see, that might be the case. So, and yeah, this is more or less what the app can do for you. It's a really nice one. You just have to configure it once. After that, it's going to work all the time. And as mentioned before, you can easily use your normal pictures from your camera in this app. He didn't implement an in-app camera or something for a reason, because if you have a look at the Jolla Store, he's telling you why that is the case. And as you can see, hey, I would like to have this in the app, but the answer was more or less no. I don't plan to implement an in-app camera, because it's just much work, and it's depending on the device itself, for instance, and it's very easy to use your normal camera app, which is in any way even the better source to get stuff from. And it's a nice explanation. I would say it's a good thing, because if, for instance, you have some kind of screenshots and you want to get information about that, that's possible too. It really doesn't matter where the camera or where the pictures are coming from you're using for this app. Yeah, and this is more or less all I have to say about this app. I really recommend it if you like to have an identification option for any kind of plans for you. Other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, have a great time, have a great day. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, of course. If you didn't subscribe till now, the button is down below. And of course, if you have any kind of questions, comments, whatever, put them down below in the commentary section. I'm going to try to answer everything that you are asking there, as soon as possible. And other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, see you around, and bye. Bye!